1394, 1394 on the lap for Mike McKinney. Next out, it's the 80 of Rich Dawson from Lowell, Indiana, sponsored by Ryco Electric. 1392, quicker in lap 2. Lowell, Indiana on the clock. Rich currently third in Summit Racing Equipment America Modified Series point standings. .1409 on lap number 1. Rolling on the track, it's the Matoka Flash. Chris Arnold from Matoka, Virginia, sponsored by Wares Machine, DAI Motorsports, and Bottom Built Race Engines, as well as KBC Graphics. 14 flat on lap number 2. W is on the clock. $13.89, quick time for Chris Arnold. The 22 is Josh Harris. He's sponsored by Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body, T&E Auto Sales, Lucas Oil Center, and Oakley Motorsports. Josh Harris on the backstretch. Chris Arnold finishing up with a 13.85. That's quickest overall so far. Josh Harris from Utica, Kentucky on the clock. $13.98 on lap number 1 for Josh Harris. Rolling out is the 5 of Alan Stipp from Forest, Illinois, sponsored by Weaver Racing Supplies, Shocker Race Cars, and Aftershock Decals and Designs. New quick time, Josh Harris with a 13.77. 13.77 quickest overall. Alan Stipp on the clock. .1443, 1443 for Alan Stipp in his first lap. Rolling by the flag stand, it's the 55 of Blaze Shotgun Melton. He's sponsored by Howard's Post Frame Buildings, True Form Race Products, and Fisher's Towing and Recovery. 1434 for Alan Stipp, 55 of Blaze Melton. .1416 on lap number 1 for Blaze Melton. Rolling on the track, it's the little 2, big 5 of Tyler Nicely from Owensboro, Kentucky, sponsored by Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body, Diggers Rent a Fence, Lucas Oil Center, and DNJ Auto Parts. .1417 on lap number 2 for Blaze Melton. Driver from Owensboro, Kentucky on the clock. $13.93 on lap number 1 for Nicely. Rolling on the track, it's Donovan Lodge from Andover, Illinois, sponsored by Mr. Fix-It Car Shop Incorporated and Young Blood Graphics. $13.95 for Tyler Nicely on lap. $14.46 on lap number 1 for Lodge. Rolling on the track, it's the Herminator. Kenny Wallace from St. Louis, Missouri, sponsored by Toyota Racing Development, Priority Aviation, and University of Northern Ohio. Kenny Wallace on the clock. $14.33 on lap number 2. Overall, it's Josh Harris with a $13.77. Track record here at Farmer City Raceway was set by Alan Weiser. It's a $13.54. $13.94 on lap number 1 for Kenny Wallace. $13.94 rolling on the track. It's the 18 of Jeffrey Ledford. He's sponsored by Ledford Farms. Comes to us from Pontiac, Illinois. $13.86. Fourth quick overall. See what Jeffrey Ledford lays down in his first lap. $14.21 on lap number 1 for Ledford. On the track, it's the 24H from Highland, Illinois. It's Mike Harrison. He's sponsored by Render Farms, Flexicor Racing, AFCO, and Aggressive Graphics. Mike Harrison. 14:10 on lap number 2 for Jeffrey Ledford. Mike Harrison, currently UMP National Points leader, looking to make it 7-time points champion. 1384 for Mike Harrison on lap number 1. Next out, it's Brooksy, Stephen Brooks. 1393, so a little bit sponsored by C&W Trucking, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body, Smart Lift, and Midwest Sign and Lighting. Stephen Brooks on the clock. 14:22 for lap number 1 for Stephen Brooks. On the track, it's the Shelby Watson Racing owned 111, driven tonight by Josh Rice. 14:15 on lap number 2 for Stephen Brooks. Tires and Muffler and Slicker Graphics. He's from Verona, Kentucky. It's Josh Rice. 13.99, good lap there. 13.99 for Josh Rice. On the track, it's the 45 machine of Kyle Hammer from Clinton, Illinois, sponsored by Douglas Dodge Air Plus Contracting Solutions. 13.85 on lap number 2. On the clock. $14.68 on lap number 1 for Kyle Hammer. Next up, the Dan Rourke owned 7R, driven tonight by Ryan Unzaker. Ryan Unzaker, that machine sponsored by Pontiac RV, Nolan Farms, and FRP Chassis. Ryan comes to us from El Paso, Illinois. The Ryan Unzaker on the clock. $14.27 on lap number 1 for Ryan Unzaker. Next out, it's Joe Rokos from Interlochen, Michigan. He's sponsored by King Motorsports, Gilbo's Lock and Safe, and Thurlby Automotive. 14 for Ryan Unzaker. The 77 of Joe Rokos on the clock. $14.22 on lap number 1. Rolling out, it's the 7B of Ryan Buckler, sponsored by Priceless Towing and Car Care, McQueen Lumber. He's from Kansas, Illinois. 14:06 on lap number 2. Rokos. $14.41 on lap number 1 for Buckler. 14:41 on the track. It's the K7 of Gabriel Kirtley, sponsored by Fairview IT Management and Slingshot Media. It's Gabriel Kirtley. 14:42 on lap number 2. Currently 5th in the Summit Racing Equipment America Modified Series point standings. $14.14 on lap number 1 for Kirtley. Next up, it's Hollywood time. Hollywood, Jeff Matthews in the 33 car. He comes to us from Apollo Beach, Florida, sponsored by Vivid Graphics, Credit Union Remarketing Services, and Buddy's Home Furnishings. Lap number 2 was a 14:18 for Gabriel. Winner of the Modified Mega 100 this year. $15,000 payday collected over at the Tyler County Speedway. Jeff Matthews pulling double duty tonight, driving the modified and the late model. 14:29 on the lap number 1 for Matthews. Next out, his teammate, it's the 2 of Devin Dixon, also coming to us from Apollo Beach, Florida, sponsored by Vivid Graphics, Credit Union Remarketing Services, and Buddy's Home Furnishings. Devin Dixon on the clock, lap number $13.94. Good lap there set by Devin Dixon, driver from Apollo Beach, Florida. On the track, final qualifier here in Group A. It's the 3E of Robbie Eilers. 14:01, a little bit slower there. Illinois sponsored by Bircher Flooring, Statewide Tire, and Three Way Creations. It's Robbie Eilers on the clock. 14:36 on lap number 1 for Robbie Eilers. $14.25 on lap number 2 for Robbie Eilers. So it's the 18 of Tate Davenport coming to us from Benton, Kentucky, sponsored by Davenport Paving and Seal Coating, Mertco Incorporated, and Davenport Trucking. It's Tate Davenport on the clock. 13:78. Good lap there by Tate Davenport. 13:78. On the track, it's the 81C of Chris Cole. Chris Cole from Evansville, Indiana, on the track. 13:83 on lap number 2. Nick Allen on the clock. $14.24 on lap number 1 for Nick Allen. Next out, it's the 18L of Michael Long. He's from Fowler, Illinois, sponsored by Discount Tire and Service, Blix Construction, and PEMRacing.com. $13.95 on lap number 1. 14:28 on lap number 1 for Michael Long. Next out, it's current points leader with the Summit Racing Equipment America Modified Series. It's Trent Young in the 10 white coming to us from Crofton, Kentucky. 14:15 on lap number 2. Race Products, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body, Diesel Doctor, Emma's Place Feed Store, and Pierce Platinum Modifieds. Trent Young on the clock. 14:09 on lap number 1 for Trent Young. Next out, it's the 12L of Lucas Lee. He's sponsored by Tank Lining of Paris, Wiles Drive Shafts, and 45 Race Shop from Paris, Tennessee. Lucas Lee. New quick time, 13:67, new quick time. So Trent Young, quickest thus far out of the both groups that we've had thus far. Lucas Lee on the clock. 14:09 on lap number 1 for Lucas Lee. Next up, it's NASCAR Camping World Truck Series driver Justin Haley in the 24, coming to us from Winnimac, Indiana, sponsored by Fraternal Order of Eagles and Chevrolet. It's Justin Haley. 14:05 on lap number 2 for on the clock. Justin brought out a new car last night over at Tri-City Speedway, went back to the backup car, had some issues with that car last night. 14:13 on lap number 1 for Haley. Next out, it's the 21X of Troy Dotson. Troy Dotson next out. 14. $14.26 on lap number 1 for Dotson. Next out, it's the A1 Towing Machine of Trey Harris. He's sponsored by Royal Purple, Tri-Sun Tool, and A1 Towing. He's from Hillsboro, Missouri. It's Trey Harris on the clock. 14:27 on lap number 2 for Dotson. 14:26 on lap number 1 for Trey Harris on the clock. Or next out, it's the 35 of David Strimmy from South Bend, Indiana, sponsored by Diamond Pistons and Lethal Chassis. David Strimmy on the clock. 14:37 on lap number 2 for Trey Harris. See what David Strimmy in the 35 car stops the clock at here in lap number 1. 13:87, good lap there for David Strimmy. Next out, it's the K67 being driven tonight by Danny Schwartz. He's from Ashmore, Illinois, sponsored by CarQuest and Mill Creek Honey. 14:12 on lap number 2 for $14.67 on lap 1 for Danny Schwartz. Next out, it's the 16C of John Klippinger. He's sponsored by NFP Financial, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body, and Lucas Oil Center. He's from Evansville, Indiana. John Klippinger. 14:45 on lap number 2. 14:24 on lap number 1 for Klippinger. Next out, it's the 22 machine of Wade Winthy. Wade Winthy in the 22. 14:47 on lap number 2. 25 on lap number 2 for Winthy. Gary Bentley on the clock. $14.26 on lap 1 for Bentley. Next out, track record holder here at the Farmer City Raceway. It's the 25W of A-Dog, Alan Weiser. He's sponsored by Apex Roofing, Quality Blacktop, and Busk Creek Tree. 39. Buskirk Tree. He's from P. 14:09 on lap number 1 for Alan Weiser. Next out, it's the 3L of Jeff Leka, sponsored by Leka Tree Service and Littleton Storm and Timber. He's from Buffalo, Illinois. Jeff Leka. 1383. Good. $14.19 on lap number 1 for Jeff Leka. Next out, your 2018 points champion here at the Farmer City Raceway. It's the C40 of Mike Chastain. Machine Medics, Glenn's Auto Body, and Reeser Lawn Care and Landscaping. It's Mike Chastain Jr. from Peoria, Illinois. 14:21 on lap number 1 for Chastain. Next up, it's the 77 of Ray Bollinger from Kewanee, Illinois, sponsored by Allgaier Racing Shocks, Save-A-Lot, and Ince's Towing. Try that again. Ray Bollinger on the clock. $13.95 on lap number 1 for Bollinger. $13.88 for Ray Bollinger on lap number. And looks like the lights are out, and we're going green this time by Ryan Unzaker and Stephen Brooks rolling out of turn 4, and here we go. Green flag is out. It's Ryan Unzaker and Stephen Brooks down the backstretch. Unzaker is first one to the backstretch. Stephen Brooks in second. Chris Arnold in third. Rich Dawson in the 4th position. Joe Rokos in between them is 5th. Up the inside, it's Blaze Melton, followed up by Robbie Eilers and Kenny Wallace on the inside. Down the backstretch they roll here in Outpace Racing Products B main number 1. Stephen Brooks looks to the inside of Ryan Unzicker as they roll out of turn 4. It's Unzicker, your leader. Stephen Brooks in 2nd. Chris Arnold up on the outside is 3rd. Joe Rokos on the inside takes the 3rd position, but Chris Arnold looks to make a run up on the top side to try to regain the 3rd spot. Blaze Melton is right there with him in 5th. Past the stands they roll. It's the 7R of Ryan Unzicker up top. Stephen Brooks in 2nd. Joe Rokos in 3rd. Blaze Melton takes the 4th spot. Chris Arnold in 5th. Robbie Eilers in 6th. Kenny Wallace has got to do better if he wants to make the show here tonight. He shifts up to the outside. But up top, it's still Ryan Unzicker and Stephen Brooks. They're right together for the top 2 positions. Joe Rokos, the driver from Michigan, looking to close in on Stephen Brooks and punch a ticket into the 3,000 to win show here tonight. We're halfway home here in Outpace Racing Products B main number 1. It's Ryan Unzicker, your leader. Stephen Brooks in 2nd. Joe Rokos trying to apply some pressure on the 5 of Stephen Brooks. He takes a look to the inside as they roll out of turn 4. And trouble for Kenny Wallace. Kenny Wallace pulls the 36 machine pit side, so tough break for the 36 car. But up top, Ryan Unzicker has led every lap thus far here in B main number 1. Stephen Brooks trying to hang on to 2nd, but Joe Rokos is turning up the heat on Stephen Brooks and trying to punch a ticket into the big show tonight. It's Ryan Unzicker, your leader. Stephen Brooks in 2nd. Joe Rokos up on the outside with a run coming out of turn 4. It's Unzicker up top. Joe Rokos in the 77 had a bumper in front as they rolled past the flag stand. Up top, it's Unzicker, your leader. Joe Rokos in the 77 takes 2nd. Stephen Brooks in 3rd. Blaze Melton in 4th. Side by side coming out of turn 4 for the 2nd position. White flag in the air. Ryan Unzicker, your leader. Good battle on for the 2nd spot. It's Brooks on the inside. Rokos on the outside. Down the backstretch. Joe Rokos with a run. Tries to make a run on Ryan Unzicker as they roll down the backstretch. Into 3. Unzicker, your leader. Side by side coming out of turn 4. Unzicker up top. Rokos on the outside. Brooks on the inside. Joe Rokos gets the 2nd spot and punches a ticket into the 3,000 to win A main here tonight. Wow. Good run there. As my buddy Mike Norris would say, or excuse me, Dustin Jarrett would say, oh my, oh my. And Mike Norris, he might say, are you serious? And I am serious that Joe Rokos, driver from Interlaken, Michigan, has earned a spot here in the 3,000 to win here tonight. But your winner, it's Ryan Unzicker in the Dan Wark-owned 7R, the driver from El Paso, Illinois. Ryan Unzicker, B main number 1 winner here tonight at Farmer City Raceway. We've got Outpace Racing Products drivers lined up in the lineup chute and fixing to roll on the track. Nick Allen roll into turn 3, heading for turn 4, looking for the green. Green is out, and we're underway. It's Jeff Lika with Nick Allen on the outside. Nick Allen with a good run as they roll down the backstretch, and it's Allen to the top. Jeff Lika in 2nd. Mike Chastain Jr. in 3rd. Here comes Trey Harris on the outside. Trey Harris is currently 4th. It's John Klippinger in 5th. Then it's Chris Dotson in the 21X. Excuse me, Troy Dotson in the 21X riding in the 6th position. But up top, your leader, Jeff Lika, has gotten by the 21A of Nick Allen. He has the lead. Jeff Lika up top, Nick Allen in 2nd. He's followed up by Mike Chastain Jr. in 3rd, Trey Harris in 4th. Trouble for the 22 of Wade Winthy. Wade Winthy has called it a night as he pulls the 22 machine to the infield. Up top, it's the 3L of Jeff Lika, your leader. Nick Allen in 2nd, Mike Chastain Jr. in 3rd, and Trey Harris in 4th. It's still Lika up top. Nick Allen a clear 2nd. Mike Chastain Jr. has got to do a little bit better if he wants to make the show here tonight. Trey Harris in 4th, John Klippinger in 5th. But up top, it's still Jeff Lika, the driver from Buffalo, Illinois, has the lead here in Outpace Racing Products B main number 2. Nick Allen holding on to the 2nd spot. He has got to good advantage over the C40 of Mike Chastain Jr. Further back to the 57 of Trey Harris. But up top, it's still Jeff Lika, your leader. Trouble for the 81C of Chris Cole. Chris Cole appears to have some overheating issues as he pulls the 81C machine to the infield. Laps winding down and time ticking away here in Outpace Racing Products B main number 2. Still Lika and Allen up top, 1 and 2. Lika coming out of turn 4 has the lead, and the white flag is out. White flag in the air for Jeff Lika. Nick Allen a clear second. Mike Chastain Jr. in third down the back stretch. The final time, it's Jeff Lika, your leader, into 3, rolling into 4. Checkered flag in the air. It's the 3L of Jeff Lika. Outpace Racing Products B main number 2 winner here tonight. And Nick Allen in the 21A punches his ticket into the 3,000 to win event here tonight at Farmer City Raceway. So looks like our lineup is about correct, or excuse me, is about set. We have 2 more spots. The AMS